record. I forgot how to do this. It's been so
and I will
long
record
since
as
I've been
well.
far from you.
Got it. And record. Oops, did I record?
I can't even remember the last time we did this.
Okay, I requested to record as well.
There, I think I did it.
Okay, is it recording?
The first time I've...
Yes, I think so. Okay.
Hold on a second. I need to yell at the kids. It is not time to play, Audrey. This is going to be an interesting episode.
It's good. We've had worse.
Gosh, Lee.
Hi, buddy. How's it going?
Good. Are we sitting in your kitchen?
Yeah, we're going to be making some biscuits today.
Biscuits and gravy?
Yes. I love biscuits and gravy.
So good.
So yummy.
Yesterday, during the family phone call that I was having or whatever with my family, Katie...
I love that y'all did that, by the way. That's adorable.
Yeah.
It's so cute. Anyway.
Katie was talking and she's like, Ryan's eating... she said something. She was like, English muffin. And I was like, did you just say that Ryan, her boyfriend, is eating an English muffin? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, is there butter on it? She's like, no. It's like, is it toasted?
Just eating a plain English muffin.
I guess he just likes English
muffins. Who does
that? Oh, I don't know. I was like, ew.
That's random.
So gross.
Especially they're kind of like dry.
Oh, they're dry.
Like put some peanut butter on it.
Yeah, but it has to be toasted. Non-toasted English muffins sound so awful.
Yeah.
But I'm not yucking someone else's Ryan's yum, but...
That sounds like a mouthful. You're not yucking someone else's Ryan's yum.
Well, it's obviously Ryan's yum.
If that is not the title of this episode. I'm not yakking on someone else's Ryan's yum. It sounds like
someone
a whole
else,
bunch
aka
of
Ryan's yum.
It sounds like you're talking in gibberish.
I'm not yakking on someone else's Ryan's yum, but
can we start saying that now?
Yes.
I love this. I love that. To all the Ryans out there, you now have a catchphrase or whatever with us.
Yep.
You're welcome.
This is our episode. This is just one episode. I mean, that's not wrong. But
it's the first episode of the 30s. Well, technically the second. Episode 31, guys. Episode 31. Yep. Because you did Richard Ramirez for 30.
Yeah, that's right. What's with the neighbors? That is Bri.
And that is Amy.
Hey,
and we're
buddy.
a true crime and paranormal podcast.
Yeah. And we are on Zoom this week because things happen and
we just didn't have a chance. Yep.
Nope.
This is what worked best for us. That's okay.
That's okay. That's what happens sometimes when we have children.
Yes. And husbands that are also children. That's okay though.
It's like that.
Taking care of a sick husband.
Aw, that's my favorite thing to do.
I got to take care of 3 sick people in the past 2 weeks.
You're
4
such a lucky buddy. Look at you. You're so lucky. I want your life.
I know. I'm so great.
No. As I'm like shaking my head as hard as I could, you could hear the marbles going back and forth.
Do you have a neighborhood story?
I want you to share a neighborhood story.
Okay. So I actually wanted to tell you about my brother's little story.
Yeah.
Oh God. Let me show you what I opened our text chain to.
Oh geez. Oh.
It's my chin. Because he sent me. Where's his? He sent me his. Oh. Because we both
don't ever do that again. That was borderline porn.
We both have butt chins.
No!
And we both, like, will randomly, like, sometimes we'll send each other, like, pictures of things that look like butts, like your
Yeah.
elbow
Yeah.
and, like, real close up, and, like, we know it's not a real butt, but it's funny,
Right.
or things
It's
just that
funny.
look like butt, and then Matt sent me a picture of his chin and creasing his butt chin in it, and it's all hairy, and I was like, "Ew." I was like, "That's his butt chin," and so I sent one back. He said, "I knew you'd appreciate that." I do. I appreciate a good thing that looks like a butt. Anyway, um
I don't even know how to respond to that. I'm just like staring at you.
just just wait till you meet him one day. He's a trip. So he had a fun little neighborhood tidbit for me. It's not super long, but he lives in an apartment and he decided to go venture into the attic. That's like a
Oh
public
Lord.
use attic.
Yeah.
And he texted me. He said, "When I went into the attic in this place, and this is what I see." And there's this little doll there.
No. Oh, I hate that so much. It looks so
Just a doll, just
creepy.
like laying right there in the doorway, and he's just like, "Nope."
No. Oh,
That's
by
what's
the way, I don't need to be
that's
in
what's with
here.
his neighbors.
I love that's a little personal. What's with the
Yeah.
neighbors?
Yeah, I was gonna save it for
Uh,
the listener story, but it was short and sweet, so excuse me. I'm good. I'm Gucci. Do you wanna go
uh,
first, or do you want me to go first this week?
I'll go first. Give
Cool.
me a second though.
Okay, buddy. I got chocolate, so I'm good. Oh, everybody who's listening, it's like, "Ew, Bree's eating chocolate. She's supposed to be on a diet." Well, I ended my diet. I lost like 15 pounds. So, woo woo. I just want to give a quick shout out to my coach, Katie Emerson. She's a coach for Optavia and she's amazing. So, check her out. She's always having like good deals and whatnot. And yeah.
Oh, and up north computers.
Oh my God. They're amazing, guys. If
Yep.
you're a local, Up North Computers are just fantastic at helping you. They have great people skills. Um, great people skills. They will talk your ear off, but it was in the best way. We loved it. They're very personable and they sat down and helped us
Mm-hmm.
with everything that we had questions, and they said that anytime that we need them, they will be there for us. But they're amazing. They're also opening up another location in Fairbanks, and they're also the only computer tech person who does Mac, right?
Yep. Here
What was
and
what was something else that was really cool about them? Their prices.
oh my gosh, yeah, their prices. So they actually refurbish something I learned afterwards is they refurbish laptops and desktops and
Mm,
resell them for a reasonable price.
that's
Uh
cool.
they can also they will sit down and work through the problems with you. They'll do on-site um like if you're trying to learn how to use something or like even just learn how to use your computer, they will sit down with you and teach you how
That's
to do
so
it.
awesome, and that's so
Yeah.
important.
It's
And
very
they'll
important.
answer any question you have,
Oh
and
my
they'll
gosh,
learn
any
about it
questions.
beforehand. Like they'll be
Yep.
like, "Okay, what kind of computer do you have? Let's research and make sure we know everything that we need to know about it."
Yep.
They're good
They're
people.
so and they're not even charging you for that part. Like
Mm-mm,
when we told them the products that we had, they researched that stuff. They weren't getting charged for that.
mm-mm.
Or they
They
weren't
don't charge you
charging
for a
us for
diagnosis
us.
either.
Yeah. Yep. So they're really good people. So definitely if you're here in interior Alaska, check them out, use them because they're well worth it.
Quick question.
Absolutely.
Um, do you know? I know you're gonna murder. You want to murder them. Um,
The
do you know
kids.
if they take computers? Yeah, I can hear them.
All right, Audrey, Amber, and Genevieve, sit down and watch the movie now.
You'd think that if they were gonna play, they would do it quietly so that you wouldn't
No,
know.
they have no fear. Not Audrey. You kidding me?
She doesn't. Um, but do you know if they take computers? Like old computers?
Yeah,
If they like
so
give you
that's
money for them?
I believe so because they refurbish them.
I have 3
You might want to bring
just
them in.
sitting.
Oh, I do too. I have
I want to get rid of
quite a
them.
few laptops and
I know,
I
same
have
here.
a desktop. I
Yeah,
don't
we need to
know.
talk to them.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. I mean,
I'm
even
sorry.
if someone gave me like $50 for it, I'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah, take it.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
they're
50
just
bucks you
sitting
didn't have
there.
before. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like they're and they're old.
Mine are only a couple of years old, but
Mine are probably like 10.
oh yeah, no, Rick's MacBook is probably like 10 years old, but the other ones are like younger than that. So I will go first. Sorry, I was trying to find a neighborhood story.
You're fine. Where's
Okay.
the doll at? Is the doll back at his spot? Her spot. Sorry.
She has
Okay.
she's at her spot.
Okay.
Oh, you probably won't be able to see her.
I'm not gonna lie, she gives me goosebumps now. Now I'm freaked out.
There she is.
Oh, I can see her. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Even Audrey
I was
wanted to
telling
come.
thank you to the doll.
Oh, Audrey wanted to come in here today and clean the podcast room, which is just her. I don't know what her cleaning is for the podcast room, but I was like, no, do not go in there. I do not want you touching that doll. So I'm going to tell you a story about the Ripper crew, or AKA the Chicago Rippers.
Ooh, rippers.
The Rippers. So, I apologize for mispronouncing any last names, but Robin Geich, Edward Spritzer, and the brothers Andrew Cocorellis and Thomas Cocorellis, I'm just going to call them the brothers, were collectively known as the Ripper Crew, or the Chicago Rippers. They were a pack of satanic epiphil- epibolophilia. They were a pack of satanic, necrophiliac, and cannibalistic serial killers and rapists.
Ew.
I know.
I already hate them.
I know. They sound fun. They sound like
They sound like people that would be great to watch kids.
Yeah, like, hey, can you babysit for me? I know
you
that
qualify to work at a daycare.
Yeah, you sound great. Just don't eat the children, please.
Yeah.
So how did they get to like know each other and know that each other like dabbles in these
Yeah, were
sort
they
of
like
things?
friends or something?
Yeah, it's not known and they've never really explained it.
Okay.
So how you go about like saying like, have you tried some toes before?
How does that just come up in a conversation?
How does it come up? How does the we worship the devil? How does any of that, or I don't know. So it's a mystery still. And unfortunately, not much besides their murders is known. How they grew up, none of that is really known. So basically just going to kind of tell you a little bit about what I know about them and then what the terrible things that they did.
All right.
So there was also the leader, Robin. He was actually working for the PDM contractors, which coincidentally was owned by fellow serial killer John Wayne Gacy.
Oh shit.
Yep. So not that I don't know.
Did they know?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know if they knew of each other or
Wow. That's a coincidence.
Like, hey, you're a serial killer too? You'd be great on my contracting crew.
Let's be a part of the club.
Yeah, come on in.
You can even hide the bodies here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know if they knew. But Edward and the brothers would drive around the city in their van, and Robin, which was the what is it called? The leader, he would he would have the brothers and Edward go out and search for their victims. They would drive around the city in the van searching for the victims, and when they would find a potential victim, they would take them to Robin, the leader's apartment, which he called the Satanic Chapel, which is just cringy.
You're cool, dude.
So cool. In his little apartment, it's probably like a 1-bedroom. Where the victims would be beaten, tortured, and mutilated in ritualistic ways. Their victims would then be killed in a variety of ways, such as stabbing, strangling, shooting, or even hacking with an axe.
What?
Robin would read passages of the Satanic Bible as the others would why do I always forget the R? Brutally killed the women. In every case, they would remove the victim's breast with a wire while she was still alive, masturbate into the flesh, which is chop them into pieces and devour it.
Ew, they'd eat it afterwards?
Yeah.
Ew.
You still want to eat that chocolate?
Yeah, but after their stuff is in it?
Yeah.
Like the sauce?
So after killing them, they would dump their bodies in alleys, under bridges, and in forests located in the outskirts of Chicago. On May 23rd, 1981, the crew abducted their first known victim. She was a sex worker, Linda Sutton. Her body was found 10 days later after police responded to a call about a bad smell at a motel outside of Chicago.
That's never a good call. You know what you're going into for that.
Yeah. But they actually thought it was actually going to be a dead deer.
Oh,
but
what? The deer checked into the hotel and stayed there?
No. She was out behind the motel.
Okay, I thought you were saying like in the hotel room.
Okay,
like,
no.
It's probably a deer.
This is where the deer regulate. This is their stopping point.
This is the deer part of the hotel, so they probably just died.
Don't worry about it. They stop here before they cross the road. So so they found her body behind in a field behind the motel. Ugh. Unfortunately, she had been handcuffed, stabbed, mutilated, and then her left breast was amputated.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Why with the boob?
Why? It's just gross. Ugh. Because her body's condition, police only managed to identify her through digital and dental records. Despite the efforts to identify the killer, the case went cold. And a whole year later, on May 15th, 1982, the crew then started their practices again. They abducted another woman, Lori Borowski, which she was just as she was about to open the realtor's office, like she was like unlocking the door, where she worked. While investigating the case, Detective Commander and hypnotist John Milner decided to hypnotize. So let me tell you something. This guy was a detective commander, but he also hypnotized people.
He had like a show on the side. A little extra change,
I guess, but then he's just like,
let's bring this hypnotist.
Let me investigate this stuff and be a little detective, but I'm going to hypnotize the people I interviewed to get the correct answers.
That sounds very Sherlock Holmes, though. It just sounds very like old timey.
But what? Okay,
I could just see him pulling out like
saying.
this.
I see, but this
like
was the 80s
coin thing, or this necklace thing, and like
I like that show.
A very Sherlock Holmes. I like the movies because Robert Downey Jr. is in it.
Is that the one with Benedict?
Yes.
Cucumber?
No. Cucumber dick.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
But
He's
that
in the
one time
TV
when you
show.
texted that to me, I saw
Yeah.
Benedict Cucumber.
I don't know how to say his name.
I'm pretty sure you didn't say that though. Like for some reason, I saw Cucumber Dick.
No, I saw something similar. I typed something similar to it.
Okay.
It was like
DIC
DIC8 or something like that.
Yeah. No, it wasn't
That's
the
the
one with him
TV
in
show
it.
that I like with him in it.
Yeah. I've
That
never
one's
seen the
good.
TV show.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I'll have to
good.
try it. I just love
Oh,
the movie.
and we watched Spider-Man over the weekend, and I didn't know that Doctor Strange was in the new Spider-Man.
Yeah. Did you love it?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
They did so good in it.
And I was
8
super
times.
sad. I was like, well, do people end up finding out who he is? And Rick isn't a big Marvel, like we watch him, but he's not like super into it. So he's like, yeah, probably, like you'll have to find out. So do people
Finding out
find out who Spider-Man is again? His friends?
I don't know. The new Doctor Strange movie will probably give a little teaser about it. I don't know because they're talking about doing another Andrew Garfield, not Tom Holland. They're talking about doing more Andrew Garfield movies now for Spider-Man.
I swear
Because
if
he's
they
in a different
don't
universe. And then people have talked about him and Gwen, like him seeing her from another universe. So sweet. Because, yeah, it's good. I'm so excited.
he was just
I
like
could talk
living
about
his
this for
life
hours.
after his friends. He's
I know
like, it's okay.
it's depressing. And then Aunt May.
Yeah, well, I'm not like that's sad.
Everybody's
but,
like yelling at us right now. Like,
I know. Sorry,
but you know what? The movie's out, guys.
It's
go
been
see
out.
it.
I've watched it on
If you
Vudu.
love
Come
Spider-Man
on.
that much, then go see it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, let me get back to my story.
You can easily take that out.
I probably won't. So we're talking about this investigator, the hypnotist investigator dude, John Milner, hypnotized several people who were in the area at the time of Lori's disappearance. One of them recalled seeing a red van at the mall parking lot, but there was like no leads from that. With no important leads, Lori's case went cold, just like the first victim. Her body was discovered 5 months later in a cemetery in Villa Park. Over the course of 4 months, the gang abducted and killed several more women in the Chicago area. Days after killing Lori, Sue Mack was abducted from Hanover Park, and her body was not found for 4 months. So they did a pretty good job about hiding, not necessarily hiding the evidence or
so like,
hiding
are
the
they
victims,
killing people like every 5 months and then 4 months, or are they just like killing people and just like hiding? They're just hiding their bodies really well.
They're hiding the bodies well. Yeah.
Okay.
So 2 weeks later, they abducted a sex worker named. I did that again. I get all like, wait, I said the wrong word. 2 weeks later, they abducted a sex worker named Angel York and mutilated her while she was still alive before throwing her out of the van. York survived and actually gave the description of her attackers, but it really didn't produce any any leads or anything like that. So the case went cold. Months later, they abducted, strangled, and stabbed a teenage sex worker, Sandra Delaware, before dumping her body in the Chicago River. A month later, they killed a woman named Rose Davis and dumped her body in an alleyway. Her body had injuries almost identical to those inflicted on Delaware.
Jeez.
A month after killing Davis, they abducted their last known victim, sex worker Beverly Washington, and mutilated her body. She was found by a railroad track on December 6th, barely alive. I mean, she was barely hanging on. She was able to give a description of the men who attacked.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's contagious even through the computer.
I guess. She was able to give barely alive. She was barely hanging on. She was able to give a description of the men who attacked her and their van. Robin, the leader, was eventually arrested and almost released due to lack of evidence.
Oh my gosh.
Right. But further investigation revealed that Robin had rented a room in a motel with his 3 friends with adjoining rooms. So they were like, wait, this was the hotel. This was the hotel that this girl was found near. You know, that kind of that was the one thing that they were able to put the nail in the coffin for him.
Right.
The manager of the hotel told police that they appeared to be involved in some kind of cult. Shortly after police identified the other men, Edward and the 2 brothers, they actually confessed to the murders. After a series of trials, Robin, Edward, and the brothers were sentenced to life in prison. Thomas's brother, Andrew, on the other hand, was executed by lethal injection, and he was the last inmate to be executed in Illinois. So they were all given life in prison, but they all had their own trials. So
Yeah,
those jurors probably just felt like he needed a harder sentence or something like that. So that's one of the risky. I mean, there's pros and cons to doing a joint trial or doing separate, and
right.
that would be, whereas everyone else got just life in prison, his jurors were like, no, we're going to do harder sentencing for
Okay.
you. So unfortunately, on March 29th, 2019, Thomas,
Hey, that's coming up.
that is already happened.
Wait, it already happened. It's April.
On March 29th, 2019, the other brother that wasn't executed, Thomas, who was initially sentenced to life in prison, got his conviction overturned because of good behavior. And
This was Thomas?
Yeah, one of the brothers. That, yeah, like, yeah. He has to, so he's out and about. He has to register with police as a convict wherever he lives within 3 days from moving. And his information will also be publicly disclosed on the Illinois Sex Offenders Registry. And so if you're in the area, watch out because he's out and about.
So this piece of trash is walking.
He's walking. He killed women, and he raped them and cut off their boobs, and he's just out and about in Chicago, Illinois.
Can we just cut off his penis?
And his
At least
tongue.
that. And yeah, you're
Yeah.
gross. Ew. Yep. Okay, one more time. Thomas what?
I'm gonna spell it because I'm not good at
Borowski?
No, it's Kokoraleis. Kokorales.
Kokorales. Thomas Kokorales. Whatever.
Kokoralies. Isn't that such a bizarre last name?
Look out.
Because he's somewhere
Yeah,
in the area.
and like regardless on like if he didn't
Good
directly
behavior.
do anything or good
But
behavior, he was involved in it. Like
he was involved in it.
Like I mean, we'll probably never truly know like who was like doing all the stuff, but still like you were a part of this.
You were a part of it, and
that's disgusting and that's ridiculous. I cannot stand when the justice system is
bills. Yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't. In my opinion, there's right and wrong, and if you get off on, you should still be punished for something that you did in your past when you very well knew exactly what you're doing. Everyone has a past and everyone makes mistakes. I think that there should be a line drawn when it comes to mistakes. If you're murdering someone and it was an accident, like manslaughter, you know, I don't think you should be
You're
punished for the
probably going to
rest of your
punish
life.
yourself more than
Yeah,
any
but
jail
you're
time is.
purposely raping these people and you're
Yeah.
purposely murdering these people.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be given a second chance.
You are a disgusting human being.
Correct.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Not you. Sorry, my mom tried to call me during that, and
It's okay. I feel
she-
disgusting because my hair looks greasy, but it's not.
it doesn't look greasy on camera. It looks very like
Shiny?
yeah. But yeah, I know that's greasy, but it doesn't look greasy. It doesn't look gross greasy. My mom said happy 420. I didn't realize that was today.
Didn't know
You
it
can
was
take
today
that out.
either.
Huh?
Happy 420 month.
She always tells me every year, and I'm like, okay, mom.
She's such a dork.
You're a dork. So do you want to hear a spooky story? Not
I
about
wanna
some
hear
rapists and
a s-
murderers.
I want to hear a story about some spooky ghosts.
A little palate cleanser, kind of ish. So, okay. So last week, everybody, you good?
Yeah, I got the shivers.
Last week, I told the story about Sloss Furnace, and I told everybody that Amy had gotten me that book for Christmas with all the different ideas from different states. And I didn't realize when she gave it to me that the stickers in it were to check off each story that I tell. And I thought my buddy was just like planning on going on like a whole like
50-state road trip.
nationwide. Wait, is that nationwide road trip with me to spooky places. But
I would.
whatever, it's fine.
That'd be fun.
I know you would. So I have not checked off any. I've checked so far. I've checked off one. So I wanted to do another one because super exciting, and I can't wait
That's
till I
really
get all
cool.
50 done. So
Me too. That means that we would have done 50 episodes.
Yeah, and we're almost. Well, we're
more than halfway
to 50,
there.
So high five. All right. So
That was a
I am
good high
going
five.
to do it was the Whispers Estate in Mitchell. Oh crap. Is it Indiana? I think it's Indiana.
No, Idaho's ID.
Let me double check because I didn't put it in my notes for some reason because I remembered it.
So it's the Whisper Estate. So let me just whisper in the ear. You are because you're a wonderful person. I love you so much. What a whisper in your
Indiana.
Indiana. We did.
Is Indiana, right?
Sure. We both did
Indiana.
I-State.
I-State. So I did not Pawnee, Indiana, but Mitchell, Indiana.
Yeah, it works. It's fine.
The Whispers
I'll let
Estate.
it slide.
It's all right. It's not even a real place anyway, apparently. Whatever. So, the Whispers
Pawnee,
Estate
is
was...
it?
No, it's not real. It's fake.
Rude.
Fictional. It was built in 1894 and purchased by a Dr. John and Jesse Gibbons in 1899 from the original owners who were Dr. George and Sarah White.
Yep.
So Dr. Gibbons had opened up shop in the downstairs portion of his home, and he treated his patients there, and he lived up in the top portion.
Okay, that's pretty common for that time, right?
For that time period, yeah.
Yeah.
So along with being the town doctor, the couple was also known for adopting and taking in orphan children.
Okay.
So supposedly some of these children had some pretty dark pasts and like some not great behavioral issues, which is typical. Like
That is.
They're coming from rough backgrounds.
Right.
So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
So unfortunately, a lot of the children actually died out of the 26 years.
Oh my gosh.
Let me go backwards. Unfortunately, a lot of the children died. And out of the 26 years of his practice, it's likely that he actually lost a number of patients as well. Because, I mean, you're a doctor's office in your home doing surgeries back in the day.
1880s.
Exactly. Yeah.
1800s. And
this is like 1900s probably because they bought in 1899.
But also something that I like to tell a lot of people is medicine is a practice. You're constantly practicing.
I like that. And also it's
Unless you're Dr.
improved.
Death, then you're
It's
just a
it
terrible human being.
it's I want to do doctor. I want you to do doctor. Is that doctor? Is that the guy who? Yeah, I want you to do him.
Yeah.
Um, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Unfortunately, why do I keep on saying that? I keep on going back. Okay, so out of the children, one of them who passed away was a 10-year-old girl named Rachel. One day, Rachel had started a fire in the house. This is what I'm talking about coming from a dark background. And she suffered from severe burns, dying just 2 days later in one of
Oh
the
my
upstairs bedrooms.
gosh.
So, very sad, very unfortunate. Uh, there's more.
Just wait,
Another
there's more.
one, just wait, was a 10-month-old daughter, Elizabeth.
Oh.
She had died of unknown causes, and to this day, they still don't know. And she had died in the master bedroom upstairs.
Unknown. That's so
There,
bizarre. How do you
I,
not know?
especially if you're a doctor, like,
Yeah. So, like, if it was like yellow fever, like a disease or something like that, or like an accident, how do you not know?
it makes me wonder, like, if he didn't want to disclose it because it would make, like, maybe it would make him look bad to the
It
public as a
true.
doctor,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Or because even at 10 months, that's they know how to roll over. So it's not going to be infant death syndrome.
Yeah, yeah,
SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. I don't know. That's bizarre. Poor
I know you
baby.
can pass away from a common cold then.
That's
Uh,
true.
so then there was a Jessie Gibbons, one of the children who had suffered from double pneumonia and it eventually killed her.
Oh,
She had passed in the same room as the baby Elizabeth. Um, since the Gibbons, many other future owners and residents had also had similar fates. In the 1950s slash 60s, somewhere in there, a man died in the upstairs bathroom by slipping in the tub and cracking his head.
gosh.
He wasn't found for 3 days. Another instance, a boy died falling down the stairs. I mean, if you live alone, I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
sure he
yeah,
was an
yeah.
older man.
These are people that have lived in the area or in the
Yes,
home
after the fact.
after the doctor.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry.
So you're fine. So while renovating the home in 2006, way into the future.
Yeah, we just skipped a
I'm
couple
sorry.
decades.
Yeah, just a couple, one or
Yeah.
two, you know.
Yeah.
So while renovating the home in 2006, strange things began to happen. And lights would flicker on and off. Footsteps were often heard walking around upstairs, and disembodied voices and whispers were reported, giving it the nickname the Whispers Estate.
Can you imagine just like you're walking up the stairs and someone's just like, I like your shoes.
Hey, you have something in your teeth. Is that spinach? So, yeah, no thanks. So according to some psychics who have visited, there are supposedly 4 graves in the backyard. I don't know why they say supposedly, like, why don't you dig it up? But I guess they're not going to do anything about it now. Like, it's not like they can get someone for like murder or death or whatever, but
Would
like,
they be
can't you like
unmarked
relocate it?
graves?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're unmarked. Okay.
Because I mean, like, there was a doctor there, so like, if people died, like, maybe they didn't have any family, and maybe he would
Yeah.
just throw the
He
bodies
would
back there.
just put the bodies back there.
Yeah.
That makes
Uh,
sense.
and that's not including a pit grave, is what they called it, which contained amputated limbs, internal organs, and aborted fetuses and other such items.
He's like,
Because
"Meh,
again, like, they
we lost
they
the
didn't
leg.
have
Let's just throw it."
biohazardous waste back then. It's not like they didn't really take precautions like that. So
We'll
it's
put it in the
believed
pit
that,
grave.
yeah, just start out back. Here, Elizabeth. Oh wait, she's
I-
a baby. I'm a terrible person. Never mind. I meant like for her to take it to it,
Yeah.
not like
Here's
throw.
Elizabeth, throw her in the pit.
I'm just gonna stop talking. It's awful. Okay, so it's believed that this is actually a portal that runs through there is actually a portal that runs through the house from the front parlor into the attic, which is suspected to be the heart of the house.
Like a portal to a different dimension?
Dimension, like spirits can travel through it. Yeah. So not all the people who died there on the premises, like
I
other
hate that so
spirits from
much.
other places.
No.
I kind
No,
of love
thank
it.
you. No.
So that's the heart of the house, which is the attic, is typically where all the really crazy shit goes down. Some guests that sleep in Jesse's bedroom, the girl who died of pneumonia, have reported waking up in the middle of the night to labored breathing and coughing. In the master bedroom, people have heard the closet doorknob jiggle and suddenly stop. Then the door pops open. It has even been reported to happen 5 times within a couple of minutes, requiring the person to get up and close the door each time after.
Oh my gosh, I hate that.
You know, there have also been or many accounts of people seeing a shadow all throughout the house, which is they usually call it Big Black. Psychics
Okay.
say that the shadow is not of this world. Guests who are brave enough to sleep in the heart of the house, aka the attic, have reported waking up from horrible nightmares and hearing someone trying to open their door. Other common paranormal activities include paranormal tremors, which the whole house will shake. Literally, the whole house will shake, and there's no earthquake.
No.
More
No.
shadows, EVPs, and there have been some like intellectual EVPs of like responding to questions or even saying names, disembodied voices, whispers in ears, grabbing or groping, shaking furniture, scratching people, slamming doors, and strange smells of like baby powder cologne, aftershave cigars, rancid meat, or
Ew.
dirty medical bandages, which
What
like
is dirty medical
it
bandages?
stinks. I can say
It
that, but
does. You're
like you
right.
don't know that smell unless you've been around it.
Unless
So like the doctor just comes in there and be like,
Yep.
smells like a dirty medical bandage in
Sounds
here.
like someone's been playing in the dirt and
Someone
not
says smells
washing.
like something's getting infected in here.
Ew.
Sorry. It's gross. Yep. All I have to say is we had an office and there were patients
It
that
was
did not take care of
so
themselves and it was awful.
nasty. Yeah.
Um, also equipment malfunctions and like equipment movement, like they would like move the cameras and like mess with it. And then obviously battery drainage and whatnot.
I would mess with the cameras if I were
It's
a
like,
ghost.
so the biggest site that I got all of my information from was the legit Whispers Estate website. And if
Really?
anybody wants, yeah, like there's a ton of information on there. Not only like everything that I just said, but also they have like their EVPs they've gotten. They have videos of like paranormal crew going on there and they have like pictures and whatnot. So like if you really want to like look into this place, check out their website. It is really neat. I'm trying to find real quick okay, here it is. So you can stay there. People can stay there like 10 up to 10 people can stay in this place for like a pretty decent price. I'll go over that in a minute. But they also, a lot like the place in Anchorage, they have a guest log where you can like write
Yeah.
down your experiences.
Yeah.
So I went on their Facebook and they post them. So I got a few since my story was short anyway. And I was like,
Uh-huh.
let's get some other people's experiences. So it might take me a second to read them because they're all written down. And
Oh, they're
one of them,
handwritten and it's like a
yeah,
screenshot. Gotcha.
yeah, I don't know these people's handwriting. Okay, so this one says dress and hanger fell in Rachel's room. This just like a list of things that happened to them. Closet door opened in Jesse's room. Nursery door
No.
opened twice. A
Nope.
tall man-shaped dark shadow at the hallway door to
That's the
servants'
biggest nope.
quarters. Tall man-shaped shadow in doctor's exam room. Smell of wood smoke in doctor's waiting room. Poked in butt upstairs hallway.
What a naughty ghost.
Yeah, groping. Hand touched upstairs hallway. Thumped in throat on attic stairs. Nope.
Was that like a what the heck, man?
Heat on arm in doctor's operating room, poked in shoulder in Rachel's room. Woman had groin pain and inner thigh in doctor's room. Like what?
Jeez.
Black finger seen on man's arm. Nope. Pricks on arms, shoulders, and legs in doctor's waiting room. Antiseptic smell on front stairs, which
Very
that's pretty
specific.
cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Pain, lower back and neck, front stairs. Curtains moved in Rachel's room.
I hate that.
Hand went under bed in Jesse's room.
No.
Yeah, no. Ponytail lifted in doctor's exam. Whistles, but like a child trying.
Like, I'm really bad at whistling. Or
like a half whistle.
Yeah.
Sorry
That's pretty
for
good.
your ears. Stairs. Oh, that was twice that happened. And psst in Jesse's room, like a hey psst. I also saw something on their website about like someone getting like during a tour, someone got called to go into a closet. Like someone called someone into a closet, like they said their name or something.
No.
Yeah,
That's how
and they
scary
told the tour
stories
guide,
happen.
and the tour guide was not surprised at all. They were just like, "Yeah, that happened." Okay.
Hey, Bri.
This is a
Come
new
check out
one.
this
Come
jacket in this
here.
closet.
Come here.
No, I don't like that.
This one says I was in Virgil's closet in the servants' quarters and my neck started getting hot. So I came out of the closet and my neck was all red and it looked like I had handprints on my neck.
Like,
That's fun.
like
No, thank you.
choking.
Must be. No, thank you.
I don't.
Let's see.
I don't
Okay,
like
so I'm
that.
trying to get past all the thank yous on this one. This place sounds amazing, and the hospitality sounds great, by the way, guys. So if you want to go there, they
Yeah,
sound
by the
amazing because everybody has
ghost.
good things to say. This one says our table tipping experience was crazy. The table moving while all of our energy was connected was unforgettable. Not to mention that the doors in John's room and the servants' quarters kept closing on us. Crazy. At 3 a.m. is when the balls really got rolling, and all of us left felt energy like no other. Floors were shaking. And then it says, like, love you guys. Thank you for
No.
the opportunity. Yeah, no. Let's see. Okay. 10:27 p.m., doctor's bedroom. Female investigator laying in doctor's bed in exam room, experienced being touched on right knee, then tingling in lower thighs and lower legs, then
Oh my
began to
gosh.
face like someone was then began on face like someone was cupping her face.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I
Like,
wonder if it's like putting her under,
like,
like putting something over her face.
oh yeah.
Someone then returned back to her legs, then felt a hand touch her ankle and slide up to her lower thigh. She
Ew.
then left the room. Yep, I would too. 2:19 a.m., a male investigator smelled aftershave in the exam room bathroom. Okay,
Okay.
and this one was one that someone had posted like on Facebook, and
Uh-huh.
it was on their page. So, and they had screenshotted it. So I'm guessing it was an experience someone had had there. They don't,
Right.
yeah. So it says, so I think something is seriously wrong. Livy and can I redo that
Yeah.
because I don't want to say anyone's name. Amy. Sorry.
You're okay.
Redoing this. So I think something is seriously wrong. We investigated a place not too long ago, and ever since we have been back, things have been happening. I've had multiple nightmares about the place every night since we left. I am seeing more things just out and about. There have been numerous strange sounds when I am alone, and yesterday I almost had a wreck when I had seen a figure from the place in the middle of the road. The things I am seeing are like seeing a shadow that's all static, like a television or something. I feel or something. I feel like the place is calling me back for some reason. My whole 15 plus years of doing this, I have never had experiences like this before. Any feedback? What should I do? All is welcome. And then someone's like, I'm going to IM you.
My gosh, I got chills you reading that.
Yeah, it's creepy. Yeah, like that was the last one I got. There's a ton more. Like the experiences alone
Oh,
are
I'm
really
sure.
cool to read
Yeah.
about. But they're on their Facebook. You guys can look them up. I don't have time to read them all, unfortunately. It would take another episode of how many they, and it's really cool that they save them and post
Yeah.
them.
That is really cool.
Um I did end up calling the owner and I talked to him. I had a good little talk with him and he said he wouldn't mind ever being on the show and like talking to us about it because he's like investigated and gone to paranormal
Sure.
places himself.
Oh, that's
He
cool.
said before he ever bought this place, he was a huge skeptic. I can't forgive me, sir, for getting your job wrong, but I don't remember. He said something in psychology. So like it would be
He is
typical
gonna
for
be
him to
a
be a
yeah.
skeptic.
Yeah.
But until he moved here and he's no longer a skeptic. His name is Richard. He's super nice. But anyway, as I said before, you guys can stay there. It's only 200 to 300 for your stay there and you can have 10 people, so split that between you all. It depends on if you stay during the week or the weekend.
So
So
it's like an Airbnb. You can have up
yeah,
to 10 people.
let's get 8 listeners, whoever want to come with us. Whenever we go to the lower 48, we can get 8 listeners to tag along. And since I've never like actually been to a paranormal investigation, you guys can, take us there and help us investigate. And I don't want to sleep in the attic though, so I'm good.
Yeah, not where the portal is. Heck no, heck
Yeah,
no.
I
And
don't want
not
to
in the
sleep in the
doctor's
portal.
exam room.
It's so loud. You would hear everybody walking through. So rude.
I wouldn't
um,
mind staying in like the waiting room
yeah,
or in a tent outside.
apparently it's pretty typical for people to choose the closest space, like the closest spot to sleep near the door to exit because they want to be ready to go, which I
That's
don't
me.
blame them. I would too. Um, I'm not afraid to say I'm a chicken, but I like to be scared though, but I do get scared. So,
I like to be scared
um,
too, but not by real things.
it's just a movie. So like I said, many paranormal investigators and groups go there, do lots of investigations, find tons of evidence. The guy told me that he actually has people who like are frequent, like come
Wow,
and
like
go
frequent
and whatnot.
flyers.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. But yeah, he said that he has a lot of people who come back and forth to come see the place and get like stuff pretty much every single time.
Wow.
Whenever you're going to do these like to these paranormal places, like usually you can't expect to get something to happen every single
Sure.
time. Like you can't expect that. But he said here 80% of the time people get something. And like that's a
Wow.
pretty high chance.
Hold on a second.
Um yep.
Someone's here.
Keyword code word Amy is peaches and cream. Matthew. Hello, brother. I don't know what our code word is going to be, but Matt, if you are listening to this, I don't know what I was going to say. Amy, you can cut this out. Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. Tell me something that you like to hear. Do, 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 do. I'm not Snoop Dogg. Do, do. Why am I being awkward right now? You're awkward, not me. Oh, wait, that wasn't Snoop Dogg. That was the Yin Yang Twins. I'm so mad that I did not even know that. I'm such a moron. Hey, how you doing, little mama? Let me whisper in your ear. Tell you something that you might like to hear. You got a sexy ass body and your ass looks soft. Mind if I touch your ass? See if I This is a really dirty song. I'm reading the lyrics
Of the
of the
Whisper
Whisper
song?
song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awful.
I didn't know the actual. I never knew what like. Don't post this part because I don't want your mom to hear. I just said something about getting soft.
Yeah. It's a terrible song. Sorry, that was
Yeah.
the I guess he's possibly, or maybe he's filling in our new mailman.
Oh yeah, he was young,
Yeah.
like a kid. Yeah,
Yeah.
like tall and lanky.
Yeah.
He's
And with
super
like a fro.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
really nice.
He came yesterday to our house and he was super nice.
I was like, who is this?
I like getting new mail people sometimes.
Me too. Better than that last
Yeah.
guy. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And it was a
Okay.
package. I'm gonna start getting my packages again.
Isn't that weird how you get a new mail guy and you suddenly start getting your packages?
Maybe
We're
I won't
calling
tell on
you
this
out, mail guy. Okay. So anyway, you can stay there. It's a great place to be. I don't know where I was at. Okay, so he told me about a personal experience that he had just like recently. Like he's had several there, but he said just like 3 weeks ago, he was in the home and he was just kind of walking around checking things out by
Sure.
himself. And it was during the day. And he had heard something slam, like a door or something, slam upstairs. And then the whole house shook.
No.
He's like, I am one to say, he's like, I'm not afraid to say that I am afraid. He's like, and I'm not gonna be a brave person. He's like, so I left.
He's like,
It's like,
I'm a
I
chicken.
don't blame you. I would too. He's like, maybe if other people were around, but I was by myself and I'm not. Nope.
Oh my gosh, that
Yeah.
poor guy.
Isn't that cool? I would
That's really
love to
cool.
go there. That was the Whispers Estate in Mitchell, Indiana, guys.
That would be fun to
Go.
do with a group of people.
Yes, it would
Yeah.
be so much fun. Yeah, I could tell why 10 people would go. But like
Yeah.
he said he's also been to like all these other paranormal places, like even the Conjuring house. And
He's been there.
yeah, he said nothing happened though to him. So
Okay, that's
but
fine. That's fine.
yeah, he knew like a lot of stuff too. He said that I was like I've covered that place, and I was like I know they said that went on the market, and he's like yeah, he's like it's sold. He's like and I'm pretty sure they're not going to open it to the public. So he
Really?
knows. Don't quote him on that. So I don't know for sure,
Sure.
but like it's cool that he knows like that community and whatnot. Like he probably
Right.
gets a lot of ins and outs and whatnot.
Oh
So
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, that was again Whispers Estate, Mitchell, Indiana.
Give me a second.
Yep. Ew. It's not a good Hershey Kiss to eat. I'm not going to eat that. Thank you, Mom, for all the candy that you send me. As I just talked about being on a diet.
Oh, thank you for the warning.
You're welcome.
The movie stopped. Audrey's like, I said, I'm almost done, you guys. And she's like, we'll be waiting for you. Thanks for the warning.
Is that a threat?
You're right.
I'll be waiting for you. She scares me.
That is such a cool story. Thank you so much, Bri.
Heck
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. I
Do you
think
have a
that's
neighborhood story? Oh, sorry.
yeah. No, I was gonna say I think that's one of the ones that I'd actually be comfortable staying at. So far.
Probably because you can have so many people stay there.
Yeah, exactly.
I definitely want to tour there.
That would be fun too. Like I guess, and it's also like it's like an Airbnb, not a hotel. Whereas like a hotel, there's other people there, but like you're really actually experiencing that stuff by yourself or with the other person in the room. Whereas like if it's a big place, something terrible happens, you can like scream and not feel bad. Like
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm in a hotel, I'm going to scream regardless.
Yeah, but then you're like, oh no, I'm waking everyone up.
I don't care.
I guess.
Help
yeah.
me. A ghost is coming to get me. Ah.
Oh no. So I'm going to tell you a neighborhood story. This one is from boredpanda.com.
Fun.
And
or boring.
Yeah, we'll see. It said we had an older. It sounds like people would submit neighborhood stories. So it said we had an older lady living in an apartment above us. We both had balconies with wooden floors. We would be hanging out on the balcony after dinner, and she didn't love it. So she would hold a Windex bottle to the gaps between the boards and spray us with Windex, then quickly run inside and refuse to answer the door.
What?
So,
Not with a spray like a water bottle or something, but you spraying damn Windex
Windex? That's it.
on it? Come inside. Mom's like, "Why do you smell like Windex?"
Well, we would hang out after dinner and she didn't like it. So, yeah. That's so
Spray
mean.
Windex on you. Why? Why Windex?
Why? You know what would be really mean is bleach, because then it would like
Oh
bleach
my
your
god,
clothes.
yeah, and like it's super toxic.
If
Both
it's
Windexes
super
too.
cold. I mean, yeah, but
Ammonia.
haven't you seen my big fat Greek wedding? His solution to everything was Windex.
Oh, I've never seen it, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, you got a pimple, put Windex on it.
Nope,
Bleach would
that
be
doesn't
really mean.
doesn't work like that.
That'd be naughty. Like just walking around spraying people with bleach. Like, oh,
Uh,
sorry. I feel like that
Oop,
would
black
actually
shirt. Psst, not no more.
not no more. Anyways, people, we gotta go. So to
Yep.
listen, you can find us. Oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and jump on that. Sorry, were you gonna say something else?
Nope.
Okay. To find us, you can find us on all platforms. Please leave us a review on iTunes and Spotify. It's super helpful. I haven't done this part in a while. And follow us and like us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at WWTN Podcast. We also have a Facebook group that we're super active in. We have a lot of fun in. Please stop, Alice.
Paint night. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to mention it. We also have a Facebook group that we're super active in, and we respond to anything that you guys might post. And our website is what'swiththeneighbors.com. On there, you can also find the links to everything that we just mentioned, along with a link to our merchandise, which we have 2 magnets and a shirt. And we also have a link to our paint night that we have going on. It will be on May 21st. And the link is, you can go to our merchandise link on what'swiththeneighbors.com to find it. To
And it's
sign up.
virtual.
It's
So
virtual.
anyone can do it anywhere.
And the paint night, it's just not us like telling you how to paint something. It's actually by one of the instructors from Yaymaker, which is the original paint night company. They will be instructing us how to make a sassy squash. Sassy squash. And we'll also be doing like a Q&A. We'll be telling short stories and stuff like that. So it'll be fun. It's going to be a fun experience. That's on May 21st. And you can find all the information for that on what'swiththeneighbors.com. And also on on our website, is a link to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/WWTN podcast. If you want to be on the donor buzz, choo-choo. $3 a month, you can get exclusive content. And for $5 a month, you can get exclusive content and our episodes unedited and videoed. Feel free to slide into our DMs with any questions, comments, story suggestions, and your own personal paranormal or true crime stories. And when we say personal, we don't really mean like someone had to have murdered your cat. We mean like hometown stories or
It
something
could be
like
like
that.
your cousin's, uncle's, grandmother's left leg.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
So,
Or like, someone in your high school or
yeah, somebody, or your neighbor, like,
and paranormal
old
doesn't
streets.
just mean ghosts.
Exactly. Did you see an alien? Did you see that sassy squash? Let us
Were
know.
you possessed?
Were you possessed? Was your grandma possessed? Never
Never
know.
know.
Your mother-in-law?
Oh, rip our fish. Sorry. Did I tell you that our fish died? okay. I'll
Oh
tell you later. It's
no,
not
I
important.
didn't. That's really
Charlotte
sad.
was sad about it.
I bet. She wasn't sad enough to mention it earlier.
She wants a cat now.
I can help you with that. Our email is wwtnpodcast@gmail.com. And have you checked in on the neighbors?
What's with the neighbors?
Aren't you going to say no?
No.
Bri and Amy are out.
Out.
Bye, buddy. Yeah, I really,
right.
you can have Tony.
Wait, wait.
Say hi to
I
your
won't-
cat for us.
I stopped recording. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
You can still use yours, though.
I don't want to. Bye.
Bye.